Hey everyone, Rocky Brown here. Just wanted to drop in, share a super quick thought. The title of this is called Set the Captives Free. But I'm going to come at this just a little bit different angle than maybe that you might think. You know, we go through things in life. Um, and we go through hard times, right? Some of us go through devastating times, so on. And a lot of those things can be hard to overcome, right? Especially when people have done things to us that were not nice, maybe horrible. Maybe it was people that we loved, maybe it was people that we cared about, maybe it was people that we've dealt with if you're in ministry, so on and so forth, right? So I just wanted to come and chat a minute about that. You know, it seems like as we go through life and we encounter diversity and we encounter hard times, when people do us wrong or do wrong things to us, it seems like even though we have the ability to forgive and we do discharge that debt, right? It's like we're left to live with the proverbial ghost of that situation or even that person still haunting us, living, and we keep them in somewhat of a prison, right? And we remember the experience and then we use that to dictate how we deal with other people, so on and so forth. So I wanted to touch base and just tell you, hey, today would be a good day. Set the captives free. You know, I've been in ministry several years and I've encountered several different things. And so one of the paramount things about being in ministry is that no one tells you about the volume of people that are going to come to you strictly just so that they can get something from you, right? So you'll hear the I love you brothers, or I love you sisters, or you're like a son to me, or you're like a daughter to me. And yet ultimately, at the end of the day, you're going to come to find out those people abandon, right? They run off. They don't even have to have a good reason. They just take off, right? And so it's hard when you love people or you love a group of people or so on and so forth, and then all of a sudden you find yourself ghosted, you know, maybe ditched by those people or that individual or so on and so forth. You don't have any idea why. That brings a lot of hurt. And if you've been in ministry, you've probably had people say things about you that wasn't true. People that you didn't even know say horrible things about you, or don't know anything about you say horrible things about you. And we begin to create um, we kind of begin to create the blueprint about how we deal with everybody based upon how some people treat us. And so, I just want to come to you today. If you know who those people are in your life, and I'm sure that you do, and you're living with the ghost of what has happened, right? Maybe you have forgiven them, but you're having trouble overcoming the effects of what has happened. I encourage you today to just endeavor to set the captive free, to look at the situation in truth and go, hey, okay, I understand this happened, and now I'm going to move past this. I'm not going to let this set the precedent for how I view everybody else. And so, you know, you're going to run into things, right? You're going to, especially if you're in ministry or you're in the church, so on and so forth, you're going to run into things, people that you loved, that you come to find that they said some things that were not so nice about you behind your back, especially to build themselves up in front of other people. That's a very common thing amongst ministers and amongst the church, unfortunately. Those are things that you're going to encounter, right? And that stings, and it hurts really, really bad when you have people that do those type things. Or they'll come to you acting like they like you, acting like they want to be your friend, but it's just solely for the purpose of what they can get out of you at the moment. Put the people in the appropriate categories, right? And don't let that affect how you deal with the folks that are in your innermost circle, right? Your spouse, your children, your best friends, things along those lines. Don't let even people that are just ministry affiliates or life affiliates, don't let the ones that have kind of worked themselves in as the proverbial Trojan horse change your heart and your mind to the point that you are distrusting of everybody. This is as much for me as it is, I feel like for anybody. Maybe it's even just for me, but if it's for you, I hope it helps, right? It's a new year, and it's time for us to set the captives free. So let's move forward. Let's move forward in Christ, doing the work of the kingdom, keeping the relationships in their appropriate categories, right? Not letting people that should be on the outside, dealt with as business professional, work their way to the inside and then cause a bunch of hurt and a bunch of pain, right? We can be business professional, business friendly with lots of different people, but that doesn't mean they're our besties, right? I've got a few besties and I'm very thankful for them, and I'm thankful for my wife, and I'm thankful for my children. But I have to endeavor to remember that the people that I ultimately am in ministry with or will minister to, they're not in that innermost circle, right? So, and that helps me. That helps me to keep the lines clearly drawn, and so, and people that you go to and minister to or minister with, and, when they say things about you that's not true or it's even hurtful, it doesn't sting near as bad if they're just in the business professional category, right? And this is even in life, regular life, right? It's time to set the captives free in Jesus' name. And in turn, we are set free. I hope this helps. Hey, y'all be blessed. I'm out. In Jesus' name, I'll see you.